How could they? Purple peanut M&Ms. Obviously, you can see that coming. This new purple spokes candy from M&M'S has a big unveiling. It's another peanut M&M. It's not the dumb yellow one, but it's a purple one, and it's representing acceptance and inclusivity. By the way, they all still taste exactly the same. Here's some of the campaign they're doing, the advertising campaign with the purple M&M. So kind, saying hi. It's a sweet M&M. Also, there's an additional part about this ad campaign. Mars launched M&M's Fund, F-U-N, being the big part about this, with a mission of increasing a sense of belonging for 10 million people by 2025. $1 from every stream of I'm Just Gonna Be Me, that song you just heard, will be donated to Sing for Hope, a nonprofit that uses arts to bring hope, connection, and purpose to millions of people around the world through music. More horrible things maybe to say about this? After you see maybe that opening act and also see the reasons, at least the additional fund that they're pushing for music and inclusion and all that stuff, of course, right-wingers got very upset. Let's watch.
M&M'S, the candy we all grew up eating. Well, they released their brand new character in over a decade, and the brand new character is Purple M&M, which is supposed to represent inclusivity and acceptance. I think it's a female character, but I'm pretty sure they haven't said. Maybe it's transgender.
Oh, it's transgender. That's the problem. And of course, offense must be taken. Do you guys remember, we can jump down to the next slide. Remember when Tucker Carlson had an issue with a different level of an M&M? It wasn't about transgender M&Ms. It was about a female M&M that just turned a little bit too, started wearing burlap sacks, just not sexy enough. Remember this from Tucker?
The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Why the change? Well, according to M&M'S, quote, we all win when we see more women in leading roles, because leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes. The frumpier, the better. That's the rule. The other big change is that the brown M&M has, quote, transitioned from high stilettos to lower block heels. Also less sexy. That's progress. M&M's will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off, we've achieved equity. They've won.
Once you're totally turned off, Jackson, once you're turned off from candies that have been put into humanoid form with eyes, legs, and a voice, then you can no longer get off on some M&Ms.
Exactly. You would no longer want to take them out for a drink and like see if the vibes were right, you know what I'm saying? And maybe kind of see if there was someplace you could go afterwards, see if she was feeling it, let her lead you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because you might find out that it's so ridiculous. Like what are you really gonna do with this? I mean, these people are so obsessed with and against the LGBTQ community that little painted pellets of sugared cocoa beans are like what they dedicate themselves to berating. Like, it's so ridiculous, it's so stupid. And the actual candies that you eat don't have the legs, they don't have the eyes or the glasses, they're just little pieces of candy. So it's just, we have all these real issues. Literally, the Southwest is going through a whole entire water crisis. There's plenty of Republicans who live in that area of the country. And it's like, you care about the colors of candies and how they're being drawn. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
It's amazing. There's nothing you do with it, but it's more brainwashed. It's the culture wars that they want to definitely promote over policy and principles of this particular party that has neither one of those things. There's one part because they like to talk about how it's the erosion of the American dream. It's the erosion of the family structure. All this LGBTQ cross dressers, drag shows, destroying our children. I remember back in the 30s and 40s. We had wholesome cartoons. Nobody was cross-dressing. No one was acting like a woman when they were a man. Nobody's brainwashing our children. We're gonna have an entire generation of cross-dressing gay kids like we did in 1930s and 40s from this big cartoon series. It didn't destroy an entire generation of good. I watched those cartoons like crazy as a kid. I made it.
Well, the times of unwanted touching, that represented the time when alpha males were truly in power, when the office was as it should be, when women really didn't have any way to even talk about what was happening to them, that's when the country was a better place. And that's really what all this boils down to. Because of course, in a lot of those cartoons from the same era, cartoons from the 40s, 50s, and stuff like that, were just overtly racist.
Oh, yeah.
So much to the point that a lot of them were like redrawn and re-released. So it's like the good old days, and it's just going back to a time where their power was a bit more unchecked and unchallenged. That's all it is.
I almost love looking up old cartoons from that point and find the unedited ones. Because again, if you watch it on Cartoon Network, you're gonna get cuts. If an explosion happens on someone's face, there's a sharp cut right after, because you know what's coming at the end of that. If you don't know, look it up. Maybe you'll find out.